Hey right guys, Trishman's Joe here, and today we're watching and reacting to episode 9 of Shadowhunters Season 2. It's been quite a while since I actually watched episode 8. I think it's been almost a week, I want to say. Probably longer than that, it has been a long time. I've just been so busy, like I say, still trying to find a house to move into. We've had so many viewings, quite a few fell through, but I've got another one tomorrow, so fingers crossed. And I said I'd give you my thoughts on episode 8 because Liam was here, obviously, and I didn't really get a chance to talk about the episode because we were going to the cinema, I want to say. Yeah, literally a week ago today. A week ago today, I watched the episode. Liked about it, the Simon and Clary stuff, I find it interesting. I was kind of a bit off that Simon had kissed Maya, but obviously that got disputed pretty much straight away in the episode anyway, so that can't really be a negative. But I like what's going on with Simon and Clary so far. It's something different that we haven't seen before. It's a bit weird, but I'm not against it for sure. Jason Magnus, I think those two like talks and only scenes those two are in. Jason Magnus. Even though when they're like talking about Alec and they're like trying to like, I know it's weird because Jace and Magnus love him so much like in two completely different ways, so it's nice when we see those two characters kind of interacting, like or talking about Alec or something. It's very rare, but they're good scenes to have. Raphael, I think he got a good decent amount of development in the episode, and then the fight at the end with Magnus, which I class as like the best moment of the episode because Magnus is just a badass at that point. What was this one for? Oh yeah, the Simon and Clary stuff, which was I said was positive and negative because it did feel a little bit rushed. I think they just kind of rushed into it for that episode. It didn't really have a slow. It's had a slow build obviously for a long time, but it was just like slow. Oh, and now we're like straight into it. There wasn't any like easing into it. If that makes sense. The kid Max is stupid, and Izzy. I love Izzy. She's still my favorite character, but I'm not sure about her story at the moment. Yeah, I like that it's something different that we haven't seen on Shadowhunters before, but I'm curious how long it's going to go on for because it has been a while that it's been like this now. I think like 5 episodes or something. So we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't drag out too long and they can start to wrap it up at this point. Her like drug addiction kind of thing. Like I say, I'm okay where it is at the moment, but hopefully it can start to wrap up soon because I don't want it to be one of those arcs that drag on like her story did last season, unfortunately. Because then I think that'll eventually mean that she'll be dethroned from the #1 spot because her story is just not that interesting to me. It's okay, it's not the worst, but it's not the best either. And I gave it an 8.2 out of 10. I think it was one of, if not one of the best episodes of Shadowhunters so far for sure. So yeah, here we are with episode 9. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like. If you want to, remember to subscribe. And if you do want the full uncut reaction to this episode, as well as all the rest of Shadowhunters, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below. But for now, my friends, let's do this. Nope. 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 Okay. There we go, guys. That is episode 9 of Shadowhunters Season 2. I'm kind of conflicted with that one because I think there were a lot of... I think all the side plots were good. I like the side plots. But the main thing was just boring. I did not like it. We'll start with the stuff I like. Raphael, even though he kind of... Alec kind of like, yeah, made a point that if he cared about her, he wouldn't be doing this. Not Magnus, sorry. But I liked how he kind of opened up to Izzy, and I like that they're giving Raphael more of a role than just being that vampire, you know, does some meetings sometimes. So I like that they're giving Raphael more of a role. I do like his character. I think he's interesting. So he was good. Again, conflicted with this one, but Simon and Clary, I think they had a couple of emotional scenes where like he thought she was dying, which we'll get into in a second, by the way. But again, I just feel like it's going way too quick. It's been like a couple of episodes, not even that, since like he confessed his love for her, and they're like in love, like just I don't know. It feels way too quick. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I like it, but I don't. I'm so conflicted with it. Alec rescuing Izzy, I think that like brotherly love. Alec was the best part about this entire episode. Just Alec, he's just absolutely bossed it. He wasn't on screen too much, but the scenes he was on was all fantastic. Saving Izzy, even though Izzy didn't really want to be saved, but still, I liked how he just went in and just punched Raphael straight in the face, just for using her like that, so that was badass. And I like this idea that all these zombie, I know they're not zombies, but Valentine's little minions are going around attacking mundanes. I think that'll be interesting. A bit of a problem, but it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. Things I didn't like. The green screen and CGI was awful this episode. I don't know why. It just usually with the green screen and CGI, it's like you can notice it sometimes, but it's not too bad. Here, especially the green screen was just awful. Like it was so noticeable in like pretty much every single scene. Just a little thing, but that just I don't know why that stood out so much. Maya didn't like Maya at all this episode. Her logic to kill Clary because she thought everyone would be okay with that was stupid, flawed. It just made no sense. I know why she did it because it was like, oh, we'll kill Clary and save everyone, but what do you think was going to happen? And then she cried when she was in the locker, like, I can't, I thought Luke was different. It's like, what do you expect? Like, that's pretty much his daughter, and you're really surprised that he's trying to protect her. Like, so Maya just pissed me off. And I know she's going to become more of a nuisance now because she's angry at Luke, so she's just going to rebel even more because she didn't rebel already. Simon being kidnapped at the end, we've seen that like 3 times now, and it's boring. So now the next episode is going to be rescue Simon from Valentine. It's just like, why didn't Valentine just do that, but take Clary with him? You don't think Clary is probably more valuable than Simon, so why did he dawdle around in the little theme park area or the little playroom and just wait for Jace to come and save the day? And then he took Simon. It's like you would have got the fuck out of there and just taken Clary with you, like straight away. So I don't know why Valentine's such a shit villain. And my biggest problem with it was Clary dying. That just dragged on the entire episode. We need to find this kid to save Clary, even though it's so obvious nothing was going to happen to Clary anyway. Nothing even did. She's fine. And it was just like this whole episode of her dying and saying her goodbyes to Simon. It's just like, we know she's not going to die, obviously. So what's the point in this? There was no intense moment behind it. It had a bit of emotion there with Simon and Clary, but it just fell flat. It was just, ugh. And again, I'm mixed with this one, but Izzy, I said, the story was a bit bad this episode, but they're still doing the whole drug problem. But luckily, Alec knows about it now, so hopefully he can get the whole situation sorted because Raphael was not helping at all. And the MVP moment was Alex shutting down the boss when he's just like, I'm going to take these, we're going to go find Clary, shut the fuck up, you are a ridiculous, you're a shit boss. That was sick. Even the guy, I don't know his name, but the boss guy was like, okay, yeah, fair point. So yeah, like I say, all the side stuff and little things were really good in this episode, but the main plot about it with Clary was just really boring for me. I don't know, and Maya as well. So I'll probably give this one maybe a 6.8 out of 10, just below a 7. One of the more weak ones of season 2, just simply because if Clary wasn't in it as much and her story was there and she wasn't in it as much, I think I would give it like a mid-7, and it gave more to like Alec or Magnus or someone else. But because Clary was like 20 to 25 minutes of this episode and all of it was boring, it can't get above a 7 for me, unfortunately. I'd say a 6.8 out of 10. But thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below. And if you do want the full uncut reaction to this episode as well as all the rest, a link to the Patreon page will be down below. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram as well, which will also be in the description. And I'll see you next time for episode 10, the mid-season finale, I believe. Until then, peace.